Howdy everybody, I'm Dave with Dave's Old Iron, coming to you on a beautiful 4th of July 2024. Here in southern Idaho we have blue skies. We have had temperatures bouncing around in the 80s, and by this time next week we're going to be well over 100 degrees here in southern Idaho. This grass out here alongside the road is starting to dry, as you can see here. So I need to get Stinky fired up and get him out here to mow down some of these weeds alongside the road before we have a roadside fire that takes out part of the fence and that I have to pay the bill on. So let's get right to it. Technically, this Friday after the 4th of July isn't really a holiday. But I think we all know as Americans that we have a constitutional right to take the 5th, too. Okay, what I'm going to do first thing is I got to fix the top link on the 8N, or Stinky for all you new subscribers. Stinky's the farm's little 8N Ford. It burns a little bit of oil, thus it's named Stinky, but I don't dare fix it because it starts and runs every time. So what I'm going to do is put this, tight. I'm going to put this pipe wrench on there and see if we can't get her to turn on this end. When I took it off the tractor, I jiggled this rod that runs there. In fact, it's doing it still. There's dust coming out of that tube. So I imagine over the years, being on the back end of Stinky, mowing weeds and whatever, this thing's gotten full of, well, I can turn it by hand now. Anyway, it's gotten full of dirt. So yeah, we'll take this apart here in a minute and clean it, and I'll show you how I'm going to clean it up a little bit, then put it all back together. Okay, now that I've about got this thing unscrewed, this is the left hand threaded end. So yeah, it's righty loosey, lefty tighty, just the opposite. We're about ready to get her unscrewed out of here. There it is. And right in here is where all the buggered up problem was. And I don't know if you can see it or not because there's not enough light in here, but those threads are all gummed up. I cut loose out of the, oh, see all that dirt come out of there? Yep, that's the problem. Like I said, there's a bunch of dirt in there. So I think what we're going to do is take that to a garden hose, wash that out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean all the gunk out of this threads on the wire wheel here on the big grinder. Well, those threads down inside the grooves, a lot cleaner than they were, and it looks better. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to put the overrunning clutch on the PTO shaft here. It just takes a couple of grease fittings and a pin to hold it in there, but as you can tell, that pin is so worn it just drops right in there. Now we'll fire up Stinky, get this lifted back up, and I'll put that repaired top link back in there and we'll be good to go. Okay, well I got the top link put back in this thing. I'll raise this up a bit to get it to line up so we can put the pin in it. Yeah, look at that. All lubed up, ready to rock and roll. Yeah. Alrighty, let's go get rid of the blade and we'll put on the mower. Okay, I've got everything hooked up here on Stinky now. We got some gas in it. We're gonna liberally apply some slippy goo on the shaft here. What am I using? PB Blaster? Yeah. There, we got the outer or the inner covered, and we'll squirt some down inside the inners while we're at it. And we'll slide them together. And hook everything up and go to town. Like I mentioned, everything's greased and lubed and ready to go. Now this is a 3-sided thing, and it only goes together one way. And I can never remember, so I always have to fiddle with it and turn it. There we go. Yeah, slides on good and nice there. And yep, probably ought to put a little slickum right there on that thing. Which is the pin that holds the coupling for the PTO shaft onto the output shaft here on the overrunning clutch. And there it goes on there. There. Okay. We're all hooked together and ready to go mowing. Yeah. I know a lot of places around the United States right now is having severe thunderstorms with lots of rain, lots of lightning and whatnot. And usually there's probably some rainbows too. So where do bad rainbows go? Any ideas? Well, they go to Prism, of course, for a light sentence. Well, I hit the go button to film me opening this up by going down the middle here. I never start off along the edge of the road because I always like to face the traffic, like that one right there. That way I can see if I need to bail off the tractor or not, because some of those guys are absolute idiots. We've got a purple Charger that comes by here well over 100 miles an hour at various times throughout the day, and I don't want to be a victim like that poor guy on the bicycle that I come across the other day. So anyway, yeah, I went down here, turned around and came back, opened this up, and now we'll go for a ride along and keep on mowing, getting a little closer over here. Now there is a ditch, irrigation ditch that runs along down in here. So what I may do is come off of this end next and roll down there, and we'll get that mowed. There we go, and down we go. Shit. Well, I found that post. I forgot I was a little close to it. I was more concentrating on where I was here in relation to the ditch that I'm straddling. Yeah. See how tall that grass is. It's up right up with the hood, or a little bit higher in some places than the hood on Stinky here. Yeah, we got some more of that Canadian thistle right here that needs to be mowed and sprayed and come out. It's kind of a challenge to do this and straddle this ditch. Normally on flat land, I'll unhook that top link, take it clear off so that the mower deck will float over the uneven terrain. But where I'm here on top of this ditch and this roadside, I'm going to leave that attached so that it will support up the back end of that mower so it won't be dragging in the dirt, because that tail wheel will be down in the ditch. Here we are almost to the end. Well, we are at the end of the property line, so we'll go on here a bit more and mow up the grass that's growing here on the neighbor's place. His beans are coming up and looking pretty good. Yeah, so we'll get this mowed right here for him too. Might as well be a little bit neighborly. If anything catches fire here, it'll end up spreading into my place. Now we got the problem of the traffic. Yeah, maybe we can... No, we ain't gonna make a quick loop before this guy gets here. So we'll just pull out and around and go back. Nice old Dodge. I'm mowing in first gear, because what you missed seeing in the other deal that I didn't have recording was that I was getting into some pretty tall heavy green stuff and it was bogging down the mower a little bit. So yeah, I just mow it in first gear. Besides, I'm on a little bit of a slope. This slope isn't near as bad as over there where the gravel was. So yeah, this end of the side of the road here is pretty kind of steep compared to the other end, but yeah, this isn't near as worrisome doing this right here. Sorry if you're not seeing anything too terrible clearly. I'm holding the camera up over my shoulders. I'm doing this because on this little 8N there isn't a real good place to mount a camera. And we're going to find us an aluminum can here shortly. There it goes. Woohoo! Gotta love those beer drinkers that keep throwing out their Coors cans and whatever. It isn't near as bad as it used to be because the neighbors up the road that were the local drunks have moved away to a different city, so I don't have 10 million beer cans to deal with every time I mow this. Somewhere I have the bracket like this one that the light's attached to for that fender. So I think what I'm going to do is mount that on that fender, and that'll give me a flat platform that I can figure out how to mount to put the GoPro on, so you can see what I'm doing back here behind me. I did catch a good corner chunk out of that 3-rail post right here. If I'll find another one or two, I'll keep an eye open for it. Maybe I'll end up having to replace that someday, but I'll just leave that the way it is for now. It's not that bad. Didn't do much damage to it other than pop that corner loose. And as it for out here, I'm going to make another pass up closer to the fence line here. There's something to look at. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to make a pass up along this fence line here a little closer and tidy this up. Then we'll move on to topping the south field and getting that kind of cleaned up a little bit. Okay, well that's it for the roadside. I've got it all mowed down as good as it's going to get. You can't really see that ditch, but it starts right there and runs down. It's that dark streak running down through there. Yeah, I got up as close to the fence line as I dared. In fact, I got a little too close to that post. Ha ha ha. But yeah, and here comes a load of 2 fireworks stands heading back up to the hill. Yeah. Oh, fireworks 60% off. Yeah. Anyway, they're closing down the stands already, getting ready for a bunch of missing fingers tonight. So next up is we're heading out to the south field there to top that grass and stuff out there. Yeah, hopefully some of that will reseed itself, and maybe it'll be a better stand, but this year it's looking pretty slim. I was seriously considering trimming back that bush over there, and not so much this one over here on this side, but just mainly that one, to keep that trail open out into the field. But you know what? I kind of like that. Yeah, so maybe if I planted some more trees or wait for this pine to get a little bit bigger and maybe have another pine over here. We got to take out that walnut tree that's right there. This little aspen tree right here is just about dead, so I think what we'll do is we'll put a pine tree in right here, ponderosa or something, and make this whole area here like a little tunnel to go through. Got a garden hose running around out here that's running over to that sprinkler way over there. So I think what I'm going to do is find that and mow on this side of it, move the hose over to this side, and then mow the other side. That way I can keep the water going out here on this field, and as soon as I'm done topping it, then I will move that sprinkler to a new location where it needs to get some water and that I've already topped. So yeah, we're going to get right on it. You know, I'll never forget the look on the cashier's face as she was ringing up my bag of bird seed when I asked her how long it was going to take for the seeds to hatch. Got the mower deck up about 4 or 5 inches off the ground, at least, maybe 6. Yeah, like I said, I'm just kind of topping this field because I want the seeds of the grasses and stuff that have come up drop back down into the ground so that it'll maybe reseed itself, and we'll get some more density coming up. Now that I'm driving over it though, some places of it aren't looking all that bad, but I do need to move that sprinkler over here to this side, down in through there where it's dry. Found out the other day how long it's been since I've been single, quite by accident. Yeah, I sat down to play a hand of Uno when I realized that no matter what I did, laying down a skip card or reverse card, I was always the next one to draw 4. There's a line right across in there that I did not mow because that's in the what I call the east field out there that is going to get disked under. But right here is the south field, all 100 foot or so by 80 foot or whatever it is. Yeah, it is all mowed down at about 5-6 inches in height. There are a few strips left along here, like right here, that's got some sunflowers growing in it that I'm going to leave. But yeah, this is actually looking better than I thought. When I walk out here, it's a little more dense than I was originally thinking it was. Yeah, when you get out here and you look at it, so yeah, it might be all right. I'll still probably get some clover seed next spring, or yet even maybe this fall, and just go over that lightly with the drill. I'm not even going to let the drill down. I'm just going to go over it, and then I got a roller packer. We'll just pack that in and see if we can't get some clover growing in this too. Yeah. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today here at Dave's Old Iron. Hope you enjoyed seeing Stinky doing its thing. And next up, we'll be working on another little old iron project around here. So for now, y'all be careful. And if you would, right down there, hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. Anyway, we'll catch up with you later. Bye-bye for now.